Happy Monday and welcome to the first speed build of the week. And there should be another one up. But my name is Olivia. I'm playing Sims, and this is a speed build, which should have gone up this weekend, but actually it should have. I'm thinking back to my schedule. It should have gone up on Friday. It should have gone up on Friday of last week after my build for the 100 baby challenge, and then I decided no, can't do that. My computer's being difficult. I was like, it'll be up the next day. It wasn't up the next day, and so I built it on Saturday night. I got halfway done Friday night, went into iMovie, living lavish, opened it up, and my settings on OBS had changed, and everything was choppy, and it looked horrible. So this was like my second time building the house. Now, I hadn't furnished the other house. I just built it, and it looked exactly like this one, except some of the dimensions were off, but it is pretty much the same house. Pretty much, except I think I kind of refined what I was going to do on this one, so it was a lot better than it was. And so it was also okay. Now, did you hear that cup rattle? Ooh, getting crazy over here. So this is at my actual second voiceover. You know how in the last one I was like, welcome to the second voiceover, because I thought I could do better. Yeah, I will say that I did better in this one, but it wasn't actually like better. It was just, it was better, because the apartment I had to limit my funds. It was all under 20,000. That one was under, maybe a little bit over 20,000. But this one, I haven't checked the price, but it's wild. It's out the wazoo. I said something today to my friend. It said, "It's no thing," and because that's kind of a Midwest phrase, and she like looked at me and she was like, what does that mean? And I was like, it's no thing, chicken wing. And she was like, Olivia, are you okay? I was like, we're having a little communicational disconnect here, are we? So what is this house for? That's the second thing on my list. I like making the list because I'll digress off the topic, and then I'll be on a completely different topic, and I won't cover what I wanted to cover, and it won't make sense because it'll be like all over the place. And so I have a nice kind of topics to discuss in this video. Oh my god, we're 2 minutes in out of like 20, 30. Heck, this video is so long. I was like, okay, the computer I'm recording on now is very hard to record on. I'm recording on my laptop, which makes Sims really, really choppy. So like, you see how I'm trying to like fidget with the camera and everything? It's terrible. It's so difficult, even though it's kind of, it's a skill. It's a skill that you have to acquire, which I'm very good at like maneuvering this on my laptop, even though it's the most difficult thing. But I did get my big computer back this weekend, so I let someone borrow it. But because I had my laptop and I wasn't using it, so I was like, sure, I'll be nice. But I got it back because I wanted to make these and they weren't using it. But then I brought it home and I didn't have a keyboard. I was like set up. I was like, I'm going to record this. I'm going to build the house. I'm going to finish it. And I did neither. Well, okay, I built the house on my laptop when I realized that I didn't have it, but this was not optimal. But I will say it's a cute house. Oh, what is the house for? The Not So Berry Challenge, which was created by Always Simming and Lil Simsy. It's a very, Now, I wanted to keep the inside kind of normal, because I feel like after I get into it, I'll redecorate the house to make it look all blue and mint, but I wanted to keep it pretty chill for this. It was just a quaint little greenhouse. What am I going to name it? Not So Berry Build? I mean, honestly, yeah, that's what it's going to be. But anyways, I say but a lot. You know, like when you were in elementary school and they'd say but in a paper and you'd be like, with one T or two T's, Anyways, so I've talked about the computer and why it's been a hassle. Like, okay. And then I was trying to open iMovie earlier to record this voiceover, and it wouldn't work. Like, I had to restart my whole computer to get it to work, because it would just freeze up every time I opened it, and I was like, I don't have time for this, because I was trying to show my dad the house. I was like, look at this classy house I built, Dad. Aren't you proud? He was like, ooh, that's very sweet. But, oh, okay. Something else I had on my list, which okay, we're 5 minutes in, we've gotten used to each other, right? Okay. So I feel like there's a lot of just fear about this because at my school there was a kid who did like a YouTube channel a couple years ago, and or not a couple years ago, like last year, and we all found it. And okay, to be honest, we didn't like this kid. Like this kid was kind of a butthole the whole time. Like he's always been not, I can't use the words, I'm going to be family friendly here, but he wasn't a pleasant person to be around. No one really liked him. He was just full of himself type of guy. And so, when I like made a YouTube channel, I'm just scared of like people I know finding it and being like, oh, you play The Sims? You play The Sims? That's so like stupid. Like, oh. And it's also like, I'm pretty sure this kid in my class who I kind of despise, he's just annoying. I hate him. When we were in, okay, story time. When we were in elementary school, I was sitting by him in class, and we'll call him Eduardo. So I was sitting next to Eduardo at the start of the school year, 5th grade. Bright eyes, happy. We're all like sitting around. I met some of my closest friends, right? It was a good time. And I sit next to him. And have you ever met like the boys when they're little and they'll like sit there and be like, boom, boom. They'll make like plane noises, and he did this all the time. And we would just sit there in class, and I'd be like, hey, Eduardo, can you stop? And he'd be like, it's none of your business. And I was like, it was the most terrible. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And then he got a cold, and that was like the straw that tipped the camel's back, because he would cough on me. I'd be like, hey, Eduardo, can you not cough on me? And he'd be like, I'm not coughing on you. And I'd be like, there is spit on my paper, Eduardo, please stop. And so one time I like nudged him. He went home and told his parents that I elbowed him. And how he described it made it sound like I was bullying him, because I was telling him to stop like touching me. I was telling him to stop coughing on me, to stop making those noises, because I was trying to learn like my division tables or something or another, and he would be still going pshoo, 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 and I was like, dude, I have a lot of patience, but I can't do it. And so ever since then, we just don't talk. He sits near me now, and we don't even have any classes together. We have like 4 classes together, and I try to sit as far away from him as possible. Ooh, that was kind of a difficult sentence. But I just can't do it. We always get sat close to each other, and it's just the most inconvenient thing. Oh, okay. About school. Anyway. Okay. On Friday I take Latin. And so I always say like Latin, like with a D instead of a T. And so some people are like, you take what? I was like, I take Latin. Anyways, it was Rome's birthday, so my Latin teacher brought in donuts, which isn't the ancient Roman food of donuts, am I right? Woohoo. And then he wore this like crown all day, and it was like a leaf crown, so it was made to look like Caesar or whatever. It was very, very it was funny. Anyways, in class I was like, we should get a picture of him and be like, oh, what should I call him? Mr. Smith is the queen of Coachella, but I ended up posting it on my Snapchat with like Emperor of Rome and Coachella, because I wasn't going to ask him for a picture, but then I saw him in the hallway after school. I was like, Mr. Smith, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture of you with your crown on? And he was like, okay. I was like, you've got nothing left to lose, buddy. You've worn it all day. What's worse than like other kids seeing it online? Like, we've already seen it. It was funny. And then he gave us this project where I have to work with this little crap named, well, I'm not going to remember these names, so you're going to get a lot of mixed information, but I'll call him, what's a good name for him? He's just a butt. He is a butt all the time. And he used to sit in front of me, and he would just like copy off my papers. Every test we took, he'd like lean back, and he was like, hey, show me number 4, and I'd like slide it over very slightly, because like I don't want to be the person who like just ignores them, so I'm like, better just to help him out. So anyways, we have to work on this slideshow gladiators. There's like 6-7 different types of gladiators, and my group and I, which I'm with a girl that I like, a girl that I'm friends with, because all the kids in my class I don't really know even this late in the year, but I have a few like friends in it, and we chill. We're tight, yo. We're tight, yo. Oof. Oof. But so I'm in a group with this girl, and I'm in a group with this kid who I don't like because he's lazy and he won't do any work. So my friend and I are going to be doing all the work. And, like, I don't even have his phone number either. So I can't, like, text him and be like, hey, can you do these 2 slides? No, I'll have to be like, oh, hey, my friend is friends with him. So I'll be like, can you tell him to do these slides or whatever? Anyways. I'm going to talk about that one kid again. So he had this channel where he would post videos of him gaming, like this type of thing. But it wasn't like, okay, it was similar to this, but he just had like a really bad username. Like, I'm not going to tell you the username, but it was yikes. It was a yikes name. It was such like he named his channel what type of thing. Oof. Anyways, and so this summer we found it, and it was a big, like, he did what, and so every time, we became a little obsessed with it too. Like, we would watch them every time they came out, and then we would talk about it, and it was really fun, but he stopped uploading him, and I know he got a lot of crap for it, and even though I don't like him, I'm scared. Because I know that if, like, my friends find it, they'd probably be supportive, but they'd still be like, and I'm going to tell my friends. Like, I'm not going to, like, be like, this is under wraps. This is, no one can know. But it's just weird. Because I feel like even, like, I don't, like, okay. Like, at some schools, they'll be like, oh, that's cool. But, like, not at mine. Like, I just don't think that it'd be as much of an accepting experience. It'd be more of, like, oh, she's the weird underclassman who plays Sims on YouTube and voices them over and like talks about us, and I'll be like, yikes, yep, that's me, have you heard that video? Okay, we're 12 minutes in, almost halfway, close to halfway. I have nothing to talk. Oh, I tweeted this, but like, this is the first house I've ever really built that's like well done. Like, I've never done a house. Okay, I can do interiors, and then I can take a house that's been built and I can make it look better, kind of like a fixer-upper type thing, but I can't just, like, I've never been able to, like, build a house from the ground up. And even this house, I have, like, spent, like, an hour on Pinterest trying to find a cool house to replicate, and then I went onto The Sims and I tried 3 different other houses, 3 other houses. And then I tried this one, and I was like, this one might work, okay. Oh, I just had dinner. It's getting a little wild in my house. But then I built this one, and then the first time I built it, it took me like 2 hours just to get the exterior done. That's why this build is so long. It's like 29 minutes, which I'd rather keep them under like 18 minutes, because those aren't that long. Did you see how much money I just put in? I put $100,000 in because I'd already used like $50,000. This house is very expensive. I don't know if I want to use this house to start off with, because whenever I start off with a really nice house in like a game that I'm just playing on my own time, I'm like less motivated to do work with it. So I might use the house across the street and deck, because I've used that one before, and deck that one out and just leave this one here, or leave the lot empty and like let no one move into it. And then when she makes money or gets married, I'll move them into this one. Because, okay, did I tell you what her name is? It's absolutely adorable. Okay, her name is Lee Bertie. When I told my dad this, he was like, that's a bit of a stretch. Because I was thinking of things that were mint, and I was like, you know what? The Statue of Liberty is mint, because it was copper and then it rusted, or it it just broke down or whatever. Now it's mint colored. Ooh, voice crack. Woohoo. And so I was like, Lee Bertie, Liberty. Maybe I should name like her husband like Steve 2 of Liberty. That doesn't make sense. I'll figure it out. I don't really want to name it Steve either. Like, oof. No offense to Steves, but I just feel like it's not the best name for like Steve 2 of Liberty. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Also, don't be worried. I'm not leaving the kitchen like this. I was recording this late at night last night, and I was tired of building because I just built the whole exterior and I did all the outside yard work and everything, and I was like, heck no. Okay, you see that little couch? That is the only piece of Build CC I own, because I'm a purist. When I first downloaded CAS CC, I was like, I felt so dirty for such a long time because I was like, I've gone outside the EA rules. I'm not using the pure stuff. So I'm used to that, even though I only use Maxis Match, because I don't like the wispiness of the hair. I don't like the real, because I feel like, this is my opinion, it's not like, I'm not like saying like I judge people. I just feel like Sims, I want to keep it looking like a sim. Like, I want to keep it looking like that classic Sims 4 look, and not like closer to reality, which, that's your decision. Also, I went through like 5 rugs, and then I kept changing the swatches. I'm really, really, really indecisive about this. And I went through 2 woods, like, whew. It's a mess. It's a mess from start to finish here. It's not a mess. This is a pretty nice house. I'm proud of myself. It's cute. But now that I think about it, I might do the house across the street. I might make that maybe that'll be like a fixer-upper type thing. Can you hear me like moving my hair around? This is a nice mic. It's not a nice microphone, but it's a pretty good microphone. I'm not against it. It's what I've got. I just talked to my dad about, so I have the student edition of Photoshop right now. And so like it's Photoshop CC, and then it has a bunch of the other stuff in the package. And so I might change my package so that way I might try and like do some finagling. To get them, what's the Adobe one that you edit videos on? I don't know. It's much more advanced than iMovie, and it won't crash as much, crash as much than iMovie does. Because I'll be like in the middle of editing something, and it'll be like, oh, bye, and then I kept trying to open it, and it was like not responding, and it wouldn't play the video because it was so long. But it's okay for now. It works. I made this video for class on it. So we showed it to one class, and then the teacher was like, I'm going to show this to the other class, and they were like, can we watch it again? So like that was all we aspired to do. It was very funny. We were selling editions of the Pocket Constitution. It was classy. It was really, it was all we wanted. We like came over to my house. We recorded it for hours. I like had like my camera set up and like lights held. It was beautiful. Okay, it was kind of low quality, but it was funny. That's all we aspire to do. All we aspire for is comedy. Wow. I've been talking for almost 20 minutes. 18 right now. This is about when I don't switch here. I'm doing the bathroom. I'm doing the office area. So for this, I was like, I was going to do that, but then I felt it looked too, like, clunky and cut off. So then I did, like, this weird, it's like 3 squares of a bathroom, and it's very tiny, and it's just got a sink on one end and a toilet on the other. But I thought it was, like, fit the area, because I feel like you need to have a bathroom on the bottom floor, which even, like, I ended up putting a bathroom on the bottom floor anyways, in that room over there, where in the living room, like the door's off there. But I was like, at this point, I was like, I didn't know what I was doing over there. So I was like, I'll just put a bathroom in here. It'll be very cute. I'm not sure. This was before I went to sleep last night. So at this point, I was like dead tired. I wanted to sleep. I had come back from like a family event, and I was done. I was like, because I've talked about this. I'd already built the outside of the house, and I was so tired. So I finished this. Ooh, you see this long pause? Ooh. I did this when I recorded the second half, when I was finishing the furnishing. Okay, it's hard to say. My baby cousin was over, and we were watching her, and she was in my room coloring, and I was like trying to finish building this. I know, don't hire me to be your babysitter. I'm not. You don't want me to watch your kids. It would be a mess. But I did get this done, and can you hear me clicking my mouse? Because I want to see how far we have left. Not because I don't love doing this, it's just because I'm a little bit tired. It's 11:07 right now. After I finish this, I'm going to download it. I already have the thumbnail made. Oh, look, see, now I'm fixing the kitchen. Because I just left that kitchen last night because I was very, very tired. and I didn't want to like deal with all the extra decoration that you put in a kitchen, but I was like, I have to come back to it. So, and okay, fun fact, I never put microwaves in kitchens. Sometimes I do, but very, very rarely, because microwaves are just kind of like extra, I feel, because you don't need to put a microwave in The Sims, because everything you make in the microwave is just kind of crap food. So even if you put it in, like, your Sims are going to eat it, and they're going to be like, ooh. Like the oatmeal is like, oh, it was warm, it was cold in the middle, yuck. And it, like, I'm not interested in that, because I can just make the food or grab, like, chips from the fridge, Also, though, my Sim, I uploaded her cast a week ago, 2 weeks ago. She's very, very cute. I'm very, very happy with her. And I think I may eventually, like, change her outfits up, make it a little bit, more minty, but on another note, on another note, is that how you say that? I've had some really, like, dumb, okay, the characters from Harry Potter, Seamus Finnegan and Dean Thomas. I always think Seamus Finnegan is the black character, okay, I get them switched. I think Dean Thomas is Seamus Finnegan, and I think Seamus Finnegan is Dean Thomas, because Dean Thomas just, I don't know. Oh, look, I put another window in this room, because I was like, what do I do with this wall? Just put a window in. At one point when I was building this, I was like, oh, wait, I have to put wall decorations in, and I was not going for it. This is, okay, now I'm fixing the kitchen. Maybe I'm fixing the walls, at least, because the walls it was bugging me, because I didn't like that shade of blue, and blah, 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 and you know what I forgot? I should have put a table in the backyard, and I was like, when I was watching this with my dad, I was like, I forgot so much, oh no. But someone should make I'm gonna go through and make a count on how many times I say but. I'll keep it in the corner. Okay, I say I am, but I'm not actually going to. But at the start, you'll be like, what's that for? And then you'll get more than halfway through and be like, oh, that's what this is for. It'll be cute. The butt count. Should we have, like, a total butt count for how many times I say butt in all my videos? Dude. I say dude a lot. I refer to people whenever, okay, I was talking to my friend and I was like, do you agree that boy, B-O-I, which is kind of a dated term at this point, is like, does not just apply to boys? Because I can, like, turn to my friend when she's being stupid, I'll be like, boy, you need to sit down, like, check yourself before you wreck yourself type of thing, sit down before you fall down. And she'll be like, excuse me, I'm a girl. And I'll be like, doesn't matter. No, I was just telling you to, like, please don't hurt yourself in the situation. Oh, my friend, she was talking about her, the guy she's talking to. And I was like, he kind of seems like an office guy to me. Like, maybe he sells paper. And she goes, what do you mean? And I go, what are we going to call her? Sarah, you'd be a great receptionist. And she was like, oh, Olivia, you're so funny. And I was like, I know. Hold the applause. Let's see how far we are in. 23.4 minutes. And counting. 23.3, 31, 32. What else is there to talk about? Oh, my other legacy, which I never did a speed build for, and I haven't done a cast for, the Silver Legacy. I wanted to make a trailer for that, but then I was, like, thinking about it, and I was like, how am I gonna... I'd have to do a lot of pre-recording for it, and I wasn't really that interested in doing all that pre-recording and editing, so I was just gonna start it. I was supposed to start all my, like, Let's Plays this week, but then I was like, let's just take it slow. The year's getting pretty busy at this point. Well, okay, it was busy more third quarter, now it's fourth quarter, and I have, like, 5 more weeks left. Wait. Okay, I have like 5 more weeks left, and then after that, I'm free for the summer, but my summer is so busy. You can look on my schedule, which is link in the description. Check it out, guys. But it's not even accurate for the most part, because at this point, I haven't been able to, like this has been like the initiation of Olivia Play Sims. So I haven't, like, followed that schedule very well, and I need to update it to make it more accurate. But, that's another one. Anyways, I have to edit that one. I'm going to edit this week. I'm going to changed the week title. It looks cute. I'm gonna be honest. I copied the planner from Lil Simsies, like the layout of it, because it was so, I couldn't really figure it out, and I was like, there's already this one there. I'll just change it and I'll use it to put all my dates in it, because it was easier that way, and like making my own wouldn't, I feel like it's just like it's something extra that doesn't particularly matter, because like it's a calendar, and if I'm going to use it to track my dates, unless she's like not okay with it, but I'm like just using it to schedule videos and stuff, which I'm like, maybe I'll credit her. I'll put like credit to Lil Simsy. Name drop for the planner, for the calendar layout. Because when I googled up in 4th grade, way back when, our teacher said, we were talking about being famous and going on Google, and our teacher said, oh, I'll Googus that. And it became a joke. It's still a joke now. If you say something like, oh, I'm going to Google that, someone from when I went to elementary school would turn to me and say, oh, you're going to Googus that? It's such a stupid joke, too, because it was just like she accidentally said something. But I didn't like that teacher anyway. So, look at those hallways. Also, these bedrooms, I have no idea. That's why I'm not going to have her live in it at the start. Lee Bertie, she's going to live across the street. I'll put a little starter home in there for her, or I'll renovate the one across. That'll be I'm going to do a series where I renovate all the EA builds, all of them. And so I'll start with that one. It will be cute. I'll say it's for my Not So Berry challenge. Woo, that's a good idea. I'm going to write that down on my phone really quick. Also, did you know that Roman gladiator fights were like staged a lot of, like they weren't staged, but like gladiators would try to make them like more dramatic. So like gladiators were really like the first reality TV. That's what I've concluded, because they would be able to live if they had given on like a good show, because the whole thing was for entertainment, which is kind of weird, but we do the same thing. What was I gonna write? What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, EA builds start with house across from Not So Berry build. There. And then I have this, okay, I'll let you in on some secret, which I've probably I told you in the last one, I think, or you personally, that I was going to do this big penthouse apartment. It's not a penthouse in city living. It's just one of the big 2-story apartments, which I renovated a little while back for my personal playing, and it was cute. Like I was like, this is some classy stuff here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to rebuild that one and make it a little bit better, because now I have more stuff packs. And then, that long pause. What am I doing? Probably talking to my cousin. She kept asking me what color crayon to use. I was like, use one you haven't used yet. And what about purple? She's like, I've used that one. I was like, okay. Like, choose a color you haven't used yet. I don't know. She was coloring like lines. And then my sister was like, you can't copy. And I was like, she's like 4. Like, let her live. She's coloring. Just, ugh. Look, also, these rooms, I just went generic, because I feel like every time I download a house from the gallery, I like go in immediately and I like wipe out the whole insides and I redo it completely, because like I'll keep in mind what it looked like, but I like building it to like my own tastes, because I don't like, my sister, a little while back when she was playing, she like, whenever my sister plays any game, she would play the game of life, and she would like have 2 cars going around the track, because she'd keep landing on the baby spots. And then, truly an iconic phrase. When she would play Sims, every time she'd have babies, it would either be twins or triplets. She'd be like, I don't even know how it happened. And this was before you had like the Lee line traits. Like, this was a while ago. And it was like I was like, Abby, could you chill? That's my sister's name. Abby, could you chill? Because I went into her, she had this very big fancy house, which I named Downton Abbey, because that's where she lived. And so I like named it that, and she would have all these children, and so I went in and I renovated it for her, and it looked very cute in the end, kind of. It was a while ago. If I looked at it now, it wouldn't be as cute. But I'm almost at the end. So, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this. I post every once in a while. Check out my schedule. And thank you for watching.